If you're looking for an electric mountain bike to go hunting, camping, riding around the trails, or just plain riding in the street, then you want to stick around for this one. Big shout out goes out to Puckipuppy for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their electric mountain bikes. This is the GoldenR Pro model. In this review, I'm going to go over everything there is to know about this electric mountain bike. But first, let's get started with the specs. So this is the Puckipuppy GoldenR Pro electric mountain bike. It features dual hub motors, one in the front with 640 watts and one in the rear with 960 watts for a combined total of 1600 watts peak power. That is pretty nice. This is coupled with a 48 volts 20 amp hour removable battery. Puckipuppy claims that this should give you a range of up to 80 miles depending on riding mode and riding conditions, of course. We have 26-inch by 4-inch all-terrain fat tires coupled with hydraulic brakes front and rear with 180mm rotors. This bike also has a front suspension fork with 130mm travel as well as preload and what they call ABS plus. This fork is really nice. And we also have a rear monoshock for a smooth, comfortable ride. A Shimano 8-speed with a cadence sensor, fairly large seat that's adjustable, and we also have a rear rack. In the front of the bike we have a dual LED headlight that's pretty bright, and in the rear we have a tail light, an active brake light, as well as turn signals. That is always good. The total weight of this bike is 92.6 pounds. With the max load capacity of 400 pounds, and it is UL 2271 and UL 2849 certified. And up on the handlebars we have our rear brake, our bell, and our Shimano gear switcher. In the center we have a detachable color display, and on the left side we have our front brake, our on, off, and mode selector buttons, turn signals, motor selection switch, and our throttle. And that's pretty much it for the specs. Now as far as the price, this current model goes for $2,099 for the camo version or $1,999 for regular color, and I will have a discount code that will be in the description down below along with a link if you're interested in this bike. But it's looking like it's about to start raining, so let's get this thing going and jump straight into our speed test. Now, before I do the speed test, I do want to show you a few things. One is how to turn the bike on, but I also want to show you this cool feature on the screen. So this screen is detachable, which is kind of nice. If you're leaving it outside, let's just say it's raining, you can take it with you, or if you're going to the store, you can take it with you. Pretty little cool trick that this thing does, and then it just clicks back into place. So that's the first thing I want to show you. Second thing is how to turn this bike on, and that is also very simple. We just have a power button over here. You hold that for a couple of seconds and the screen will turn on. Hello. Now this bike has 5 pedal assist modes. 0 means no throttle, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But we also have this switch over here that switches between single motor and dual motor. So technically we have 10 different riding modes on this bike. That is pretty nice. Now the last thing I want to make note of is that this bike comes locked out of the box, and you can unlock it to reach a higher top speed. I already did it on mine. I want to show you how to do that. You have to press and hold the plus, minus, and right turn signal buttons all at the same time. So you'll have all kinds of settings on this page, and the first one is speed limit. Hit the right turn signal to enter that screen, and you can go plus or minus and change it. Now I changed mine to 99, but for some reason it just defaults to 62. I guess that's the speed limit on that. So hit 62 or 99, whatever you want, and then you hit the left turn signal to exit, and you can just either just let it go for a couple of seconds and it will go back to the main menu, or you hit the plus, minus, and turn signal button again. I just kind of let it do its thing, and there you go, it's back on the main menu. So now the bike is unlocked. Alright, so now that we got all of that out of the way, I'm going to be testing pedal assist mode 5, dual motor mode unlocked, and let's see what kind of speed we can get out of this thing. Alright, so the takeoff is pretty nice, especially with dual motors. Those go right away. And if you've never experienced a dual motor e-bike before, I highly suggest you try one. It's a different experience, is the only way I can describe it. Now, this bike is kind of bouncing between 33 and 31.9. That's kind of weird. I'm gonna tuck in, excuse the camera angle, just to give it any possibility of hitting that crazy top speed, and that should be enough. Let's stop and check our results. All right, so look at that. We hit 33.3 miles per hour, GPS verified. All right, so 33.3 miles per hour, and that's with the bike unlocked, high speed mode, dual motor mode, with my weight on it, 160 pounds on today's day and today's weather. Maybe on a different day I might be able to get a different top speed, but that is pretty nice, and that was our speed test. So far, it has been very nice for me. This thing is sitting pretty high. It's a pretty tall bike, pretty big bike, so you're feeling like you're kind of like on top of the world, like the king of the castle on this bike. And these big 26-inch tires will just roll over everything, and despite the size of this bike, it is very nimble and very agile. This bike is super lightweight for the size of it. That is pretty good. It also feels fairly stable for what it is. It feels like a tank. See, look at that. See how it does over. Oh yeah, super nice. Very stable, sturdy, straight as an arrow. Like I said, you feel like you're gonna be rolling over everything on this thing. I like it so far. Now, as far as the brakes, these are very nice hydraulic brakes, 180 millimeter rotor, and let's just see how they perform over here. I'm making my way up to 20 miles an hour and hitting the brakes in 3, 2, go. Ooh, that was aggressive. Now we're looking at an average stopping distance of about 15 to 20 feet from about 20 miles an hour. Now these are brand new, so they'll get better with time as they bed in, and you should expect better results. Another thing I want to mention is that this bike comes with a lot of accessories, a ton of them. So it comes with rear view mirrors, bottle holder, phone mount. What else did it come with? It came with a cover. I've never had an e-bike come with a dust cover. That is a first for me. So plenty of things that this bike comes with, and that is pretty nice. They don't have to do that. They can easily sell that separately, but it comes with the bike. That is pretty nice of them to do, and in my eyes, it definitely adds to the riding experience. The suspension on this bike is like from another planet. It is so nice and plush, and even that rear shock, really nice suspension. I really like it. See how it does over a bump while I'm sitting down. Yeah, very nice and smooth. This is on the higher end of generic for this front fork. And let's see. Oh yeah, dude, with no problem at all. Very nice front fork, one of the better ones I've seen as far as generic forks go. Really good. Now let's see, how does this thing like a little curb hop over here? Oh yeah, dude, a little noisy because of two things. One, it's got like a mountain bike, you know, chain with the Shimano. Those are always loose and make noise, and the rear fender is a little loose and it's kind of hitting the rear rack, so that's making noise. But other than that, as far as the suspension, very nice. So I'm 5'8", 160 pounds. This is how I look like on this bike. Very nice and comfortable for me, even though it's a higher type of bike, like a taller bike. Still very nice and comfortable. As far as pedaling goes, very natural, feels really good to me. I have plenty of space. I'm not too hunched over. It is a little bit of a hunch over, but not too much. When you're riding on this thing, you could still be kind of upright while riding it. So far as sitting and the fit is really good for me. Now, as far as the seat, I do want to show you that real quick. So this is the saddle seat, whatever you want to call it. It is adjustable in height, so you can make it fit you. The handlebar is not adjustable, so only the seat on here. And as far as the stiffness level, I'm gonna call this medium to hard. It's not uncomfortable, but it could be a little bit softer in my eyes. Hopefully it breaks in with time and becomes softer, but it's pretty wide, and that I like. Now, the tune on this thing is pretty nice. Like I said, in the speed test, we have a lot of different modes to choose from, and even if I'm in dual motor mode, highest speed mode, you can really feather the throttle, and it's not like 0 to 100. It doesn't crazy yank you back, and if you want, you give it more power and instantly take off. Now, as far as the throttle goes, that's very important to me. You don't want a throttle that's so sensitive that you barely touch it and it wants to tear the planet away, making it uncontrollable. You still want to have some sort of control, and this throttle is very nice. Like I said earlier, again, we have single motor mode, dual motor mode, and 5 different pedal assist modes. So you're talking about 10 different scenarios or power levels to choose from. That's plenty. My only complaint so far, and this has nothing to do with the tune, but I'll include it here, is having the thumb throttle on the left. Now, it's not the end of the world. You get used to it fairly quick, but it's just that I'm so used to having it on the right. That's the only thing I will say. Other than that, the tune is great. Alright, now let's try our hill climb test. I'm gonna be in dual motor mode, pedal assist mode 5, and let's see how does this thing like going uphill. With dual motors, it shouldn't be an issue, but I'm still gonna be doing this test. Now, this hill never comes across on camera, but it's fairly steep. It's about a 20% grade or so. We did lose a little bit of speed, which is expected, but we're able to climb this with no problem. And the main reason I do this test is for those of you who live with an area with hills, or hills are a part of your commute. At least you'll know that this thing is somewhat capable of handling those hills. Like I said earlier, this thing is so tall, it just rolls over everything. We're gonna be testing that right now. So the main thing I want to test over here is the power and the suspension. The suspension was amazing on the street, and let's see how it handles out here. As far as the tires and all that stuff, I'm less concerned about that. Oh, there you go. That was our first obstacle, a little hill climb. We lost a little bit of speed, but we're still going. There's a lot of rattling happening, and I'm pretty sure that's coming from that rear fender. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a little bit. Here we have some loose sand. Oh yeah, those fat tires, no problem whatsoever. Bumpy section, woo! Able to do it. Yeah, suspension so far, especially that front fork, is really nice. Oh man, this area got jacked up by the rain. Oh, this is the bumpiest bit. Oh, my hands are shaking all over the place. Oh my god. But handling it. Now, you're not gonna be racing like this on this thing. You can literally just take it easy. I'm just doing the review, so I'm trying to go almost as fast as I can through this section, but if you take it easy, then you can have a lot more pleasant of a ride like this and just be chill with it. And now we've arrived at what could possibly be the hardest test for this bike. Now, before I do that test, this is what I'm talking about. You see this? Okay, that's what's hitting and making most of the noise, is that rear fender. It's bouncing. I tried tying it all kinds of ways, and when you're riding and bouncing, that's the noise we're hearing. And the second noise is from this chain. See, they're always loose because that's how it is. So when that's bouncing around, it's making some noise. Other than that, the bike is pretty good. But anyways, now it is the true test. Let's see if it can climb this hill. We already made it on the road, but this is much steeper and a lot more demanding. Will we have enough juice? Oh yeah, dude, this thing. They should change the name from GoldenR to the Conqueror. We did slow down a bit, but those two motors are flying. No way. That is amazing, dude. Honestly, I didn't think I would be able to make it up here. Usually hub motors struggle with hills like this, but since we had both of them working, man, this thing just crawled up. That was good. I am highly impressed. Now let's see how do these brakes hold under constant pressure downhill. Yeah, these are pretty good brakes, man. Good hydraulic brakes. And these tires, man, they just roll over everything. Got my camera jammed up over there. It's a tight fit over here. Yeah, this thing, man, it's literally like a tank. That is good. Sheesh. That was very, very impressive, I must say, because if you are into hunting and all that stuff and you want some that could carry you around, so not only will carry you around, but you have this rear rack over here to carry some of your gear, and the camo situation, which I like, man, this thing is badass. So what do I think about the Puckipuppy GoldenR Pro electric mountain bike? Let's do things I like and things I don't like. I'll start with things I like, and there are a lot. I like the way this bike looks. I love the camo situation. I'm a sucker for camo, and this is right up my alley. I really like those brakes. Those were some really good brakes. I like that suspension. I reviewed a lot of these e-bikes, guys, and there's always some sort of generic type of suspension. This is on the higher end of generic suspension. Very nice. I like the dual motor situation. Like I said earlier, if you've never experienced an e-bike with dual motors, you have to try it. It is a crazy experience. I can't put into words. Really nice. And I like the fact that you can unlock this bike and get a little bit higher top speed if you wanted to, or you can just leave it as is. So I really like that. Another thing I really like is just all the accessories that comes with this bike. Again, they don't have to give it to you. They can easily sell it separately, but it comes with it. That's pretty nice. And the last thing is this screen over here, detachable screen. First of all, it's a very nice screen, very sharp in color and very bright. Very good display, and the whole detachable situation, that's pretty nice too. I've never seen that before. Now on to things that I don't like, and I always try to find at least one, just so I'm honest with you guys. In this case, there's two things I don't like. One of them is just a personal thing, and that is being the thumb throttle on the left side. Like I said earlier, it's not the end of the world. You get used to it fairly quick. It's just that I'm so used to having it on the right side. That's how I personally prefer it. You might not care for it, but I have to include it because it's something that I don't like. Now, it's not like it's making the bike worse. The bike is sick, right? But it's just a personal thing. I like to have the throttle, whether it's a half twist, thumb throttle, full twist, I like to have that on the right, and that's just how I like it. The second thing is this fender. Like I showed you earlier, it's kind of loose, and it's when you're bouncing around, it hits this, and it makes it sound like something's wrong with the bike, and it isn't. It's just that fender. It actually, look at that, it kind of marked it up a little bit over here just from hitting this area all the time. I'm not sure what they can do to fix that. I mean, I put a lot of these bikes together, and I'm pretty good at, putting them together right. So everything is tight, everything is how it's supposed to be. If they fix that, or if you don't care to have this situation and you remove it, that should solve that problem, but I will add it to my dislikes. Now again, I will have a discount code that will be in the description down below along with the link if you're interested in this bike, but I'm pretty sure I was able to go over everything there is to know about the Puckipuppy GoldenR Pro electric mountain bike. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.